Hey guys, okay, so we're back here on the Land Rover. Got the sitting here. This is where we're going to build our bracket. Okay, I seen this on, I don't know, Martapo and Sons. There's not a lot of information about mounting ACs on these things. There's a gentleman online on YouTube who has made a plate that bolts in with these head bolts. I'm assuming covers this, which is the old cold start sensor, which we are not using on this vehicle. So we're going to make a plate that goes from here to here. This metal here will come up and butt into it, so we'll have two bolts bolting it down here and two head bolts bolting it down here. I'm going to use that as my basis to weld on the ears for the AC compressor. And then eventually we are going to mount this right here. Okay. I'm going to try to take pictures as I go along. I'm going to use some paper to make a template. Going to transcribe that paper to cardboard. Make a template out of cardboard. Transcribe that template from cardboard to steel. We're going to get it on here. We're going to weld it up, tacked up exactly where we need it. And I think the arms for the compressor come in tomorrow, so we'll start fitting those on that plate where they need to be to line everything up with the pulley, which won't be here until the 15th of this month, which is probably about 15 days away now. I think we're on the 1st, maybe the 2nd, hell, I don't know. Anyway, this is going to be the first step. Once I know I can get this compressor mounted and it's on there to my liking, we're going to go into the cab and feed our feed lines for our AC unit inside, and we're going to make that happen. So stay tuned. So if anyone is wondering why I use white paper first, I mean, there's a million videos of this online. This is a trick as old as the hills. I've been using it all my life to make gaskets in the field and everything, but this is why. White paper, for one, you can cut it with scissors real easy. You can figure out what kind of shape you need, and with some dirty fingers and a little rubbing, you can locate all your holes in a piece of paper, and it's pretty darn accurate. So this is actually going to help make a very easy template for me with some hole punches and some things to where I can include all the fasteners that I need to get around these three holes to seal that up tight, and leave my holes open for my head bolts here. We're going to do the same thing on this edge here, but we're actually going to use the little engine hanger as a template. I got that laying around right here. This is actually going to be our template for that, for our holes, which is going to be our angle piece that's going to come up and weld right here, just to give it a little more strength and stability. Alright, so now we have what's the start of our bracket mounted in with the head bolts here. Underneath here, about right here, is that port for the high temperature start sensor. Hopefully we're going to seal that off under this plate and knock out two birds with one stone. This plate might be too long. It might be too long this way. I might end up trimming some of this here just to give me the meat I need here to weld the claw. But that's just about it for now until the claws that come to mount the compressor come in. We won't be able to go any further, but just to give you an idea, we're looking at something about like this. So that's our first step. We've got our holes drilled into here. Got that plate. Of course, the bolts are not tight yet. Gives us a little bit of play. That is going to be the basis for our bracket. We're also going to have under here the piece of steel that goes from here to here that's welded as well and bolted in one or maybe two of those bolt holes. So stay with us. We're going to get to it. It might be slow going at first, but we want to get this part right. There's no doubt about that. All right, so here we are back. As you can kind of see through all this confusing mess, this is going to be the shape of my bracket, I believe, until I get the 2 mounting claws that mount the compressor in. I'm not 100% sure, but pretty sure all this material here is going to be removed, and either on this side and on this side is where I'll be able to weld the claw that'll come out. This is my under mount bracket here. This is where I'm going to weld. Sorry, let that come into focus. This is where I'm going to weld here to here, just to kind of keep that stable, because it doesn't have a bolt anywhere here, just these 2 here. Mind you, also under here is that hole that we need to keep from leaking. I'm still not sure. I'm not going to thread and tap that, thread it for a brass plug underneath this plate, just to be double extra sure it don't leak. I'm not sure what I'm going to do under there just yet. But so far, this is where we've got with the bracket. I'll know more. I don't know if I'm going to take the ride to go pick up the set of claws today, or I'm going to wait. I have a set coming tomorrow, they say. So let me get back with that, and I'll let you know how this is going to actually turn out. But I think this is pretty solid basis for my bracket so far. Give you a kind of an idea. It'll mount somewhere in the midst, about like that, but up closer, hopefully. So stay posted. All right, so we're back. I've been messing with this bracket probably about 2-3 hours this morning. I made me some templates of the pieces that come with the kit. This actually don't come with the Land Rover kit. I had to actually order this, I think, from Speedway Motors. This is what they come like. As you can see, you got a lot of extra material in here, but they mount inside. You get 3 1/4 inches from here to here. So I made me some cardboard brackets that simulate these here, direct pattern. I got my base plate that's welded on, or that's bolted on there now, kind of loose. I get this piece of cardboard to represent another piece of plate that I'm going to weld on there at an angle. This front plate here is going to come out and meet this plate when in the final bracket design. That way everything's tied in strong, and it'll tie this back from wanting to have any kind of flop or anything. So I think this is about where we're going to go. I'm going to do a bunch of measuring. I can't actually weld these onto here until I know my back spacing from my shiv there. That's coming here pretty soon in the mail, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be our bracket. I think it all stays inside the line pretty good. I don't think the fender's going to hit it. Of course, I'm going to taper these back here so they don't interfere with that, and they just look a little more finished and polished. We'll paint that bracket up nice, and hopefully no one will ever notice that it isn't supposed to be there. Hey guys, we're back here on this bracket on the Land Rover. I think this is as far as we're going to be able to go until we get the actual shiv. I'll show you here in a second. I'm going to go ahead and probably wrap this video up, make this part 1 for the compressor install, and we're going to go on to the inside of the cab. We're going to put the underdash unit in there and get all that squared away. Here's where we're at with the bracket. You know, it's kind of ugly now, but you see I got a little gusset plate in there that bolts to the front of the engine. Got this up here. This is all 1/4 inch steel, very solid. Once I weld this, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I don't think there's going to be any flex. Basically, we're going to mount this right here That keeps me nice and low and mounts that thing right in line, hopefully, with the shiv that's coming be here in the next couple weeks. So hopefully I'll be able to hold that up there, tack that. I'll have my adjustability up and down like that, and that should be about it. So hopefully I'm gonna try to leave a little something in there, maybe about measurements, or I don't know how I'm gonna do that, to be honest with you, because I might try to start manufacturing these brackets and making them available for anyone who cares to spend $1 million just to put air in their Series 3. Hopefully you guys follow along. I haven't found any videos online of AC actually being installed step by step into a Series 3 and how it can be done. And just for a recap, I'm using a Defender AC unit, and we are modifying the bracketry, and hopefully that's all we have to modify. I think we can use the condenser here. I think I can fit that in the front and make that work. And then of course make this work under the dash, which this is my old dash, which ain't in horrible shape, so that's probably going to be part of the video, getting that you know, kind of brought back to life, maybe recovered in some vinyl or something so that it looks fresh against here. Other than that, I'll take you through step by step if I have to have hoses made or anything like that, and I'm going to show you how to put air conditioning in one of these. I don't even know how to do it yet, so I'm going to learn with you guys, and we're going to go through step by step. We're going to make it happen. So stay tuned, guys. Look for another series or another video in this series. I'm going to start actually shooting for it today about putting the under dash unit in this thing. So stay tuned. Thanks.